All right, I'm good. Yep. The border battle is upon us with two powerhouses sharing the hardwood tonight. Marquette, rich with history, and less than 2 years removed from a state championship, will take the Prairie School hardwood floor against the number 10 team in the state of Illinois. It's St. Ignatius of Chicago, the Wolfpack. Hello, everybody. Corey Sparks here with you on play-by-play for Zaleski Sports alongside my producer, Elijah Vangsalata. We have Marquette's history, 2024 state champs, always in the mix come the end of the season. Tested night in and night out with the greater metro and some injuries. And St. Ignatius, over a century of basketball, played under their program. They're 20-4 and one of the best teams in the nation. We've got our starting lineups coming up here.
The Prairie School would like to thank Ian Kramer, licensed athletic trainer from Ascension Healthcare at All Saints, for providing medical coverage at today's game. First, now for the starting lineups. First for the visiting Wolfpack. A 6'1" senior number 1, Napoleon Harris, the 4th. 6'2" sophomore number 3, Amir Tucker. A 6'5" junior number 21, June Ross. A 6'7" senior number 24, Chris Mulkey. A 6'3" sophomore number 25, DJ.
And there's your starting five for St. Ignatius. Number 1, a 6'1" senior, Nico Harris. Number 3, a 6'2" sophomore, the team leader in steals, that's Amir Tucker. 21 is a 6'5" junior, Duke Ross. 6'7" senior, number 24, Chris Bolte, and DJ Caldwell, number 25, rounded out for the Wolfpack.
A 6'4" junior number 22, Christian Miller. A 5'11" junior number 22, George Dorrington. And a 6'5" senior number 33, Leo Sanders.
And your starting five for Marquette. Number 11, a 5'11" senior guard, Luke Gundrum. 12, a 21, a 6'5" junior small forward, Harrison Schwabe. Number 22, a 6'4" junior guard, Christian Miller. Team's leading scorer at 13.5 points per game. Number 23, a 5'11" senior point guard, George Dorrington. And 33, the big man down low, a 6'5" senior power forward, Michael Zarnecki. Elijah coming off a 83-75 victory for Warren Township. You had a down-to-the-wire matchup there. We have tip-off in the middle. St. Ignatius comes away with it. A little bit about the Wolfpack. 20-4 overall. 4-2 out of the Chicago Catholic Blue Conference. They're in a tie for second. That's a conference with 4 of the top 40 teams in the state of Illinois. Duke Ross lost the handle and handed it off to his teammate in Amir Tucker. Tucker to DJ Caldwell. Back to Duke Ross. Handoff pass to Chris Bolte. The Yale commit, the Bulldog, misses front iron. Long rebound for Marquette. The Hilltoppers 6-8, but don't be fooled. Winners of 3 straight, including a victory, as we have a travel called on the floor against Luke Gundrum. A victory over Brookfield East a couple of nights ago, 63-58. That's a top 30 team according to BoundWisconsin.com. And Marquette came out on top, stunned them. Ignatius in the maroon and black, white tops and white bottoms, and navy blue and gold speckled across the jerseys for Marquette. Nico Harris camps in the corner, drives in, kick out. Amir Tucker thought about a left wing 3, drove in instead, and he draws a foul on the floor. 16:55 to play here in the first half. Harris will inbound, the leading facilitator on this squad, 3.6 assists per contest. Bolte rises and jolts it off back iron. Still looking for our first score in this one. Gundrum going near side. He's shadowed by Nico Harris. Both coaches told me they play man-to-man across the board. Not a whole lot of switching. They each trust their athletes. Hook shots off the mark from Christian Miller. Both leading scorers trading blows, but no one's landed one yet. Caldwell inside out to Amir Tucker. 12 points a game, one of 4 players on this squad to score at least 10 a contest. Caldwell inside out, and a 3 ball is off the mark, still looking for that first score. Both teams scoring in the low 60s per game. The big difference is St. Ignatius plays with a shot clock in the IHSA. Marquette does not. 3-ball from Gundrum, can't get it to go. 2 minutes and 5 seconds have gone by, and we're in a pitcher's duel right now. Hard left-handed drive from Chris Bolte. Goes back to the top of the key and resets with Nico Harris. One of those 7 seniors. His fadeaway jumper is off the mark. There's a lid on both rims right now. Harrison Schwabe tries to break the dry spell, and he can. Schwabe rips the ropes. It is 2-0 Marquette. Casey Kowaleski, the head coach for this Hilltoppers team, his 13th year at the helm. He's a Marquette boy through and through. Played basketball, football, ran track for this squad. Now he's coaching the basketball team. Drive inside is off the mark. Duke Ross, long offensive rebound. Nico Harris can't get it to go. Another scrap for the ball. Marquette touches it last. The Wolfpack retain possession. 3:03 gone by, 2-0 your score. Bit of a deeper look into this Marquette squad that's playing defense on this possession. Roller coaster season. Started the year out 3-2, lost 6 contests in a row, and then bang, bang, bang. They beat West Alisale, Homestead, and Brookfield East at home 4 days ago. So we have a pause in play, a couple of officials discussing just at the top of the arc. Still having a discussion in between the circles. Ball seemed pretty clearly off of Marquette. And we're going to get all 3 Zebras in on this one. So both squads get an impromptu timeout in the process. We'll keep it here, as the basketball is already back by the left baseline. Harrison Schwabe broke the scoring drought a couple of minutes into this one. We had 2 minutes and change without a score. Now we resume with Nico Harris. Finding DJ Caldwell, top of the key. Back to Harris, right wing. There's a rare switch as Schwabe matches up on him. Harris drives inside, draws 2, kicks out. Here's the 3 from Ross. Tickles the twine, and it's 3-2. Ignatius takes an early lead with 14:40 left. Nice job by Harris, drawing, facilitating. You see the gravity he has underneath the rim. Left wing, that's Luke Gundrum, now to the near corner. George Dorrington goes back to Schwabe. Schwabe to Christian Miller, who head coach Casey Kowaleski called the emotional leader on a team that's been decimated with injuries. Sanders top of the key. 3-ball from Miller, off front iron. Here come the Wolfpack, 20-4 this year. 2 of those 4 losses are against top 20 teams in the state, so no shame there. Couple of swings around the perimeter. Ross drives inside and gets it to go. He's got all 5 early on for his team, 5-2. Christian Miller, the 6'4" junior guard, starts the possession off. Now it's near side to Leo Sanders, the big man. One of 4 different players measuring in at 6'5" or taller. Marquette's got a small size advantage depending on what 5 are out on the floor. 5-2 early. Defense has been at the forefront of this one. Gundrum thought about a 3. Now to the top of the key. Schwabe got his defender up in the air, but can't get his shot to go down. As it's off the mark, here comes St. Ignatius. Dribble drive and jump step. That was Chris Bolte kicking out wide. Turnaround fadeaway jumper from Amir Tucker is off the back of the rim. St. Ignatius, a very efficient shooting team. 47.4% from the field, 37% from beyond the arc. It's Marquette unleashing a three. Luke Gundrum can't get his shot to fall. 5-2, the Wolfpack have the lead and the basketball. Bolte, hands off. That's the D1 commit to Yale. Driving inside is DJ Caldwell, and he puts two more home. It's the first member of the Wolfpack not named Duke Ross to score. 7-2, 12-15 left here in the first half. Christian Miller drives inside, uses his big body, and gets it to go. It's the team's leading scorer, and head coach Casey Kovalashki told me someone had to step up and galvanize a squad that lost a couple of starters to knee injuries, lost someone ahead of the season who wasn't going out for the team. And that has been number 22. 7-4. Step back jumper from Harris. Can't get his shot to fall. A lot of high percentage shots inside, just off the mark and not falling through the cylinder. Inside feed to Sanders. His falls through the cylinder, and it's 7-6. Leo Sanders coming off a nice, efficient performance. Just 6 points, but 3 of 4 from the field. And a lot of his shots are in that restricted area. As Sanders himself snatches the ball away. Marquette's got a chance to take the lead. Gundrum tracks it down near corner, had to leave both of his feet just to keep the basketball in play. Now he throws a balloon pass to the top of the key to Sanders, or Dorrington, who is shoved to the ground. All things considered, almost 7 minutes have gone by. Not a whole lot of fouls, one apiece. Walker Ross and Chris Chitterow checking in. Chitterow averaging 7 points per contest. Lights out from deep, a 44% three-point shooter. Keep an eye on him in the perimeter. And Asale just checked in, the 6'2 junior guard. Can't get it to go. Here come the Wolfpack. Head fake three from Bolte. He drives inside, hits the slides, and travels. And St. Ignatius takes our first timeout of the broadcast. They're up 7-6 with 10:48 to play here in the first half. We'll step aside here on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
And welcome back to the border battle here in Racine, Wisconsin, live on Zaleski Sports. We have St. Ignatius of Chicago, the Wolfpack, coming in at 20-4 as the number 10 team in Illinois, going up against the 2024 Division I state champion Marquette University Hilltoppers. St. Ignatius is out in front 7-6 early with just over 10.5 minutes to play. Marquette driving left to right on your screen. That's Luke Gundrum going baseline, turning around, underhand feed to Minnesale. And that's the first lead of the evening for Marquette. Or excuse me, they were up 2-0, so they had a very early lead. Walker Ross to the top of the key with Chris Bolte, the Yale commit. Going to play Ivy League ball in about 8-9 months from now. A look inside to the Yale commit, too tall for him. Tried to Odell Beckham Jr. it and just lost it off the right hand. Elijah, my amazing producer, pointed out someone's walking around downstairs with a cheese grater hat on. We're going to see a little bit of that as we've got some teams from Illinois coming up north of the border. Light press put on here. And a foul outside the perimeter. Duke Ross takes credit for that one. Both teams pretty similar in makeup when you look at who's got the veteran players. It's 7 seniors, 6 juniors, a couple of sophomores for Marquette, 6 seniors, 4 juniors, 4 sophomores for the Wolfpack from a Chicagoland area. Left-handed hook shot from Christian Miller finds the bottom of the hoop, and he has 4. It's 10-7 Marquette out in front. And this is why you don't pay attention to records. The 6-8 team has a 3-point lead. Amir Tucker, the sophomore, driving inside, works off his pivot foot on the right elbow and goes give and go with Walker Ross. Tucker slithers through 2 defenders, kicks out for a fake of a 3 from Walker Ross. Chris Bolte can't get his top of the key 3 to go. Offensive rebound, look inside, a scramble, and Ross comes away with it. Walker orchestrating traffic, goes far corner to Chitterow. That ball is loose, and Michael Zarnecki draws the jump ball. It's Minnesale, Gundrum, Miller, Zarnecki, and George Hohenwalter, the 5 on the floor right now for Marquette. St. Ignatius led by Matt Monroe. He's coached this team to some of the best seasons in program history, and that history goes back well over a century. They were IHSA 3rd place at the state championships in 2022 and 4th place in 2023. Top of the key 3, Christian Miller short on the attempt, long offensive rebound by Zarnecki. Zarnecki back in between the circles as Marquette earns a second chance. Minnesala's triple is off the mark. Here come the Wolfpack, a team that shoots over 37% from 3. DJ Caldwell looks inside. Bolte gets his own rebound. Not once, but almost twice. Tips it back to Walker Ross. 3 ball on the way. That is good from Nico Harris. We're knotted up at 10. The Wolfpack run deep. You're wondering who's going to be the guy to snap off with a scoring run today. It could be anybody. They've had 6 different players score 20 points or more in a contest this season. To the near corner, Minnesale picks up his dribble. Looks cross court, finds Christian Miller, his triple, in and out. Still knotted up at 10 with 7.5 minutes to play here in the first half of the border battle. All 5 Wolfpack members touching the ball in about 3 seconds there. Harris between the legs. Handoff pass out to Bolte. Bolte goes cross court. 3 ball on the way. Chitterow in and out. Offensive rebound. That doesn't go. My goodness. Frank Briscoe snatched the rebound there. The 5'10 senior guard, one of 7 senior leaders on this squad. 3 ball on the way from Minnesale. That rattles in and out. A lot of shots halfway down, and the rim just spits them back out onto the court. 6:50 left here in the first half. And Chris Bolte with his first 2 points of the evening. It comes over 11 minutes into the game time here. And Christian Miller's got just 4 on his own. It has been a low-scoring affair as the Wolfpack take a 2-point lead. Miller, that team leading scorer, drives inside, kicks out. Hohenwalter in the corner. They reset back at the top with Zarnecki. Same story with this Marquette team. 3 different players scoring at least 10 a game. Minnesala's 3's off the mark, and here comes St. Ignatius. Driving in transition, Chris Chitterow will go to the line to shoot 2. Really solid free throw shooting group, too. 74% from the line for this team out of the Chicagoland area. Multiple guys shooting over that 70, 75, 80% mark. Chitterow himself, as he finds the bottom of the hoop on the first attempt, is 67% from the line. And Shitaro goes 1 of 2 at the line. One possession game here, as it has been for the majority of this contest. Luke Gundrum driving downhill, and he gets his first 2 points of the game, 13-12. Amir Tucker over to Bolte. Bolte draws 2 bodies, 3 bodies. Looking for the outlet, finds Tucker. Tucker gets his defender up in the air, finger roll, and gets it to fall, 15-12. 6 different Wolfpack players have scored already and only got 15 points. Turnaround hook shot from Harrison Schwabe, and he joins the party. He's up to 4. Scoring starting to pick up a little bit here. As you do the math right now, and we're on pace for like a 45-43 ball game. Yeah, we had a high-scoring affair the last game. Warren Township, Jackson Davis, top recruit out of Warren, Illinois. 83-75 victors. Baseline inbound pass to the near corner. Wide open is Chris Bolte, and that's a huge mistake. He makes him pay. Bolte's up to 5 points. It's 18-14. Finally, a tiny bit of breathing room for this Wolfpack team. Grant Poorman just checked in and touched the ball there as he runs to the far corner. Or excuse me, that was Ethan Orr, 15 for Marquette. 3 ball on the other end. Chris Chitaro drills it. And it's quickly 21-14. Now this St. Ignatius team, they score 63 a game. They're very efficient, but they've got a handful of performances where they've cleared the 80 mark. They can get going in a hurry. Harris goes behind the back between the legs, gives off to Tucker. From guard to guard. Tucker inside, too strong off the glass. Here comes Ethan Orr, who has been a sniper from deep, 40%. Luke Gundrum unleashes and is short on the attempt. Now these two teams are running. Tucker to Shitaro. To Bolte. Off back iron. And miscommunication between a pair of Wolfpack members on who was going to snatch that rebound. A look inside. Bolte gets it to go. 63% inside the arc this year. Bolte takes a lot of high percentage shots, but when he opts to go outside, he's 45%. Brought up the word miscommunication a moment ago. Marquette just had some of that. As Christian Miller, George Dorrington, and Leo Sanders check in, the Hilltoppers head coach Casey Kovalevsky opting for a bit more size here. Sanders, their big man, you see him camped down low, 7.1 rebounds per contest. If you're going to win the board battle, it's going to be on his shoulders. There's a steal far side from Christian Miller. 23-14, a 9-point lead for St. Ignatius. Look inside, reverse layup from Dorrington's off the mark. Sanders with a rebound. Kick out, 3, got it! Luke Gundrum drums one up from bonus distance. He's 33% from beyond the arc. It's 23-17. Shaving that lead down to 6 points. Underhand pass. Shitaro draws the foul. The 4th team foul we've seen from Marquette. Just 6 fouls between these two teams, at least in the first half. Letting them play, but also not seeing a whole lot of fouling in general. Rainbow pass out to the left wing. That was Chris Bolte who started the offense. Amir Tucker swings it far side. Duke Ross drills it. And the lead's back to 9. Duke Ross has 8 points, one of 4 players averaging at least 10 per contest. 26-17. Down the other end, it's Gundrum. That was in the act of shooting, so he'll go to the line for 2. You look up and down the stat comparisons, and the one area that St. Ignatius really has the Hilltoppers' number is free throw percentage. 74% for St. Ignatius, 64% for Marquette. Gundram's up to 6 points, 26-18. Harris drives inside, off the window, and nothing else. Rebound Schwabe. Schwabe driving himself inside to Sanders. Uses that left shoulder, comes down on top of his defender, turned ball handler in Chris Chitterow, and takes the foul. Prairie School is an awesome complex, by the way. Huge field house. You got a track going around the perimeter of this basketball court. You can break it down into 3, 4, 5, 6 different courts. Even more the more I look at it. Full weight room behind us here in the broadcast booth. And a lot of land out there. Amir Tucker goes far side. Nico Harris off the mark. Offensive rebound, Bolte. And a save by Marquette, and what a find! Luke Gundram takes the 65-foot pass and puts it home for 2. It is 26-20. Bolte drives inside and draws another foul. Now, St. Ignatius, they're in the Chicago Catholic Blue Conference with the likes of DePaul College Prep, Illinois' number 5 team, Chicago Mount Carmel, Illinois' number 38 team, Loyola Academy's top 30, Brother Rice's top 65. They are stacked. Duke Ross's triple, can't find the bottom. And here comes Marquette, a chance to chip away a little more, down 6. Gundram inside, sticks off that left pivot foot, is stripped, and that's a reach in. Duke Ross doesn't think so. A buck 13 left here in the first half. St. Ignatius coming off back-to-back losses, trying to make it back-to-back wins. They won a contest last night over St. Lawrence. Let him play there. 1:08 left. Amir Tucker inside. Near corner 3. Chris Bolte can't get it to go. You see the wingspan of Michael Zarnecki on display. Christian Miller changes directions midair. Hands. He cuts the lead to 4, and this Marquette team that has just stuck around and been in the fight all year long is well within this one. 35 seconds left here in the first half. Nico Harris drives under the hoop, kicks out to Amir Tucker, no. And another foul on the offensive rebound as Dorrington tracked that in. This is where it gets interesting. I guess it could come in and play a factor at any point. St. Ignatius is used to playing with a shot clock. The IHSA uses a 35-second shot clock. As you probably know, in Wisconsin, they do not implement that yet. Both teams playing pretty fast, though. Just weren't able to get a ton of shots to go at the start. It's starting to pick up, but estimate to the interior defense as well. 20 seconds left. Gundram back to his defender in Chicago. Gun to Miller. Miller between the legs with 10 seconds. Schwabe to Gundram. 3-ball, too strong. 5 seconds left. Nico Harris has to run. 2 seconds. Bolte, 3 at the buzzer, too short. 26-22. St. Ignatius aiming to win 21 of their first 25 in what's already been a really successful season. And Marquette is trying to make that day of January 22nd, the day they turned around the ship. They could win a season best 4th in a row if they come back in the second half. We'll step aside for our first break of halftime. Marquette trailing St. Ignatius 26-22 here on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
At Ridgestop Exteriors, we're more than your average home improvement company. We're your neighbors, and for over 20 years, we've been trusted and proudly serving right here in your community. Customer service is our #1 goal. Call now for your free estimate.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Hey Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Looking for a place where everyone feels at home? Welcome to Point Brewery, your family-friendly tap room with something for everyone. From a wide variety of local brews to classic Point sodas for the kids, we've got the perfect pour for everyone. Craving a bite? We've got hot, cheesy Portesi pizzas ready when you are. Whether you're hanging out inside or soaking up the sun in our outdoor beer garden, there's space to unwind. Planning a celebration? Reserve our private event room and make it a gathering to remember. Point Brewery, good times, great taste, all on tap.
Back. And welcome to our halftime report here on Zaleski Sports. St. Ignatius 26, Marquette University, the Hilltoppers 22 here at the border battle in Racine, Wisconsin at the Prairie School Gymnasium. Corey Sparks here alongside Elijah Banks-Halata. Elijah, you and I were talking before we came back from the break. Marquette's going up against a really tough heavyweight opponent, but they're used to that. That's what the Greater Metro is all about.
I mean, yeah, you were talking about it earlier. They played a really great team like Brookfield East early on this past week. They were able to beat them off. The Greater Metro has been kind of all over the place this year. I mean, Tosa West, the reigning state champions, they're probably one of the biggest powerhouses of that conference. But, like, everybody's been flipping all around. I think West Dallas Hale, they're not really having a great year. They beat, Menominee Falls the other week.
Yeah.
They're having a pretty good streak. So, like, this conference has just been like a turn, like all around, like bowling pins.
It's kind of like the Big Ten when you get late into the basketball season and someone knocks someone else off, and it kind of makes you raise your eyebrows. Like, that wasn't supposed to happen on paper, but the game's not played on paper, right? And for St. Ignatius, they're a little familiar with playing top-tier opponents, too. Elijah, they got DePaul College Prep. That's the number 5 team in Illinois. They got Mount Carmel in the Chicago area. They're number 38. And then they have Loyola Academy. They're top 30. So these two teams, regardless of what happens today, I think it's safe to say when they get to the postseason, they'll be all right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Marquette, they're in a tough sectional with a team like Wisconsin Lutheran, West Dallas Central. So games like this will for sure prep them for that. And I'm sure that the coach of Marquette, I mean, he's going to be fired up to be able to get a chance to probably get a crack at them in the postseason. But to play a team like this, it's probably special to get a chance at one of the best in Illinois.
Yeah, you're going up against St. Ignatius, their leading scorer. It's a spread-out attack, but Chris Bolte, he's committed to play at Yale. He's going to be an Ivy League boy in about 7-8 months here. His season will start shortly after. Their battle test, it's funny. I look back and forth at these two teams, and the team that they fell to in the postseason last year, they've both got notable NBA players. So Marquette fell to Wisconsin Lutheran, obviously Conconipple coming out of there. And then St. Ignatius fell to Simeon. That's Derrick Rose's high school. So a lot of connections here, a lot of strong programs, and even when they do bow out in the playoffs against really, really good teams. Awesome stuff.
Both these teams are really great. I mean, this event in general, just having all these teams from Wisconsin, Illinois, Mark Miller organizing this event from Prep Hoops, Wisconsin. I mean, just an unbelievable event all around, just being able to cover all these teams at the shootout.
Amen to that. Isn't that crazy? So, like, if you just blindfolded me and drove me onto this campus and took me into this gym and said, all right, Corey, what level is this? I'm probably telling you this is a Division III college.
Yeah. Like,
and this is a high school. They've got a full gymnasium behind us. It is truly amazing, and they've treated us well. Got a really nice broadcast set up. There's not many times you could say in high school basketball you got all the space in the world around you, but we really do. So yeah, huge shout out to them for hosting this event, putting it on. The game that you just covered, let's talk a little bit about that, bridging over from it. Jackson Davis, top recruit, getting a lot of D1 looks. Warren Township puts up 83, but Racine Lutheran hung around a little bit.
Yeah, Racine Lutheran, they're led by Sam Petroff, one of the star players. He's got offers from a couple of colleges. I think Navy's got one of his offers, but they were a team that can really hang in there. Last week we had them on at the Fiserv Deer District Prep Showcase, and what amazed me the most is their ability to press full court.
Yeah.
Like when you press full court, you'll be able to really get on a team like that, and that's what they did today. They really forced a lot of turnovers, but there's a guy on Warren Township named Jackson Davis who has several offers from all over the state. He's only a junior too, and he's got over like 7 Big Ten offers, so he was the main force of the game today, but credit to Racine Lutheran to really hanging in there with Sam Petroff and everybody else on that squad.
You could tell they took Jackson out of the game in the first half. Second half, there was like a 2 or 3 minute spurt where he kind of came alive and showed everyone, this is why I'm the best player on the court. But it takes a full team effort to look at someone who's the best in his class in Illinois and say, we need to shut that guy down today. And they did a pretty good job of it.
And they also, Warren Township also had the Robin to Jackson Davis's Batman and Braylon Walker, who I interviewed for the post game. He was able to score around 24 points. So he was just able to compliment himself, attack the paint. They've been strong all night long, being able to get their looks, and I think that's why they were able to finish with a win today.
That's probably one of those guys who, when they quickly learn the opponent's game plan is to take out the main scorer, they go, awesome, I get to have mine tonight. So awesome stuff. We're going to step aside for one more quick break. When we come back the second half, your score at the halftime break, 26-22, St. Ignatius out in front of Marquette here on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline Motor Oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline Motor Oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
We're back.
Moments away from the second half here on Zaleski Sports. This is the border battle between a variety of Wisconsin and Illinois high school basketball programs. Really unique opportunity for some non-conference play where these teams don't see each other routinely. They don't see each other's rivals routinely. These two worlds colliding today. St. Ignatius has 26, Marquette has 22. Quickly leading scorers as we get to the final 15 seconds of the halftime report. Duke Ross leads all scorers for the Wolfpack. He's got 8. Chris Chitterow has 4. Chris Bolte has 7. That's the Division I recruit to Yale. Going to be a Bulldog not long from now. For Marquette, their leading scorer is Luke Gundrum. It really can be anybody on any given day with this Hilltoppers team. Christian Miller, their usual leading scorer, has 6, as these two programs flip sides here for the last 18 minutes. Or maybe more.
Never know.
We
can
should
always
see.
overtime in big events like this.
It feels like even I was not ruling that possibility out for the Warren Township game until the last minute and a half. 3-ball right away gets the party started. That is Duke Ross, the first player on either side to crack into the double digits. He has 11. Schwalbe and Gundrum back and forth. Gundrum, the leading scorer in the first half for Marquette. That's not going to change on this possession. He goes off the left side of the window with his right hand and is up 10 points himself. Harris goes far side to Caldwell. Back out to the sophomore guard in Amir Tucker. Tucker, shifty, behind the back. Jumper, purity. Puts his team back up 7.
St. Ignatius has definitely found their stroke in the second half.
They have.
First half, too. I mean, they were just firing on all cylinders the last, 5 minutes of that first half?
It was. It took a little bit to get going. We had like a 2.5-minute dry spell turnover from the Hilltoppers as St. Ignatius is going to get the ball back. And then the lid was removed from the rim, and everyone remembered how to score again. Yeah.
It was, the first 4 minutes of the game, nobody was able to hit a basket. I mean, neutral site, I get the feeling, right? You got to be able to get used to this feel. Kind of feels like you're in like a spaceship in here, like with the way everything's like designed.
Yeah, like a dome feel.
Dome feel, yeah.
And then even the other thing with depth perception, there's not a wall right behind the hoop. There's like 50 feet and then a wall. So the whole arena play kind of comes into factor here. DJ Caldwell, handoff pass at the top of the key. Minute and a half gone by, 7-point lead. And we've seen a lot of those. I think you're cutting. I'm going to throw it to that spot.
Yeah.
Just kidding, it goes away. Maybe that's part of the pretty big crowd here, too, starting to make some noise.
A lot of Illinois folks in the building today.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that cheese grater hat. It has since left at least my line of vision. It's somewhere. Marquette working from the right wing. Gundrum inside, takes 3 hard dribbles. Goes back to the free throw line, extended. That's picked away. Ignatius has the ball and numbers. Bolte, 3-ball, too much. Went for his own offensive rebound and plowed into Christian Miller in the process. Coach Monroe's not happy about that one. Agrees with the call, but not happy that Bolte took such a sharp angle into him.
Yeah, I think if they didn't foul right there, that would have been an easy fast break layup. So almost high IQ at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're going to spend your fouls and that's his first, that's okay. Schwalbe, top of the key, goes near side to George Hohenwalter. Defenders scrambling, and Harrison Schwalbe draws the foul and 1. Cuts the lead down to 5, can make it as small as 4.
Marquette's doing a really great job just hanging in there all night long. St. Ignatius really hasn't blown away or taken this game away yet with a blowout or anything. That's why this game has a special works in the making, I feel like.
I think it's one of those things, right? If you can keep it inside 10, if it's always single digits, you're within striking distance, you're just a couple possessions away. And just like that, blink of an eye, it's a 4-point game.
There were so many and ones in that other game that I feel like that game just kept going back and forth in the Township versus Racine Lutheran game.
A lot of fouls in the second half, too, in general. So, yeah, the and ones, of course, they getting aggressive, but I think both teams just got to a point where they said, I'm going to attack the paint, and you either have to foul me or make a really strong stop. Shifty inside, that's Caldwell. Inside feed to Nico. Harris uses the window, and he's up to 5. Back and forth we go.
It's kind of the opposite of how that first half started now. Both these teams found their rhythm.
Yeah, they figured it out. Whatever halftime adjustment they had to make. Gundrum driving inside, drew a ton of defenders. Nice job by Christian Miller just to get a paw on it, but now Ignatius has a fast break opportunity. Marquette grabbed it back, but stepped out in the far corner. That was Harrison Schwalbe, who just had the and 1. Baseline inbound pass from Nico Harris. Looks into Chris Bolte, who just backs into his defender, rises above the rim, and drops the ball in, 35-27. Got a quiet 9 points. Miller drives in and kicks out. Gundrum off one leg, fading away. Can't get his to fall. 8-point lead. We'll see if Ignatius can go up double digits. Yes, they can. Nico Harris in transition.
You know, a lot of great looks in the paint right now, just running through like a freight train that was to the paint down that basket.
Yeah, that felt like a big basket, but right on the other end, it's Christian Miller drawing the foul. He got the whistle after he hit the hardwood. And that double-digit lead, Elijah, lasted like 4 seconds.
4 seconds, yeah. Like I was bringing up in that other game, we had a lot of and ones. Marquette really hanging in this one, just drawing the fouls on the drives. I think that's what you got to do if the threes aren't really falling early on.
And they're not a team, they don't take a ton of three-point shots, so if you're able to get 3 points that way and still take high percentage shots, you're in a pretty good spot. And there's another way to do it. Christian Miller's up to 9. 4 minutes have gone by here in the second half. DJ Caldwell hesitated on the three, relined his fingers up on the laces of the ball and drilled it. It's back up to a 10-point lead.
Shooting practice through right there. He just got in his rhythm and just caught it and just shot it.
Here comes Marquette the other way. Minasale can't get the right-handed lay to go. 10-point lead. It's the largest that the Wolfpack have had today. Trying to expand on it. Top of the key three. Duke Ross too short. Gundrum with the rebound. He goes cross court to Hohenwalter. Miller, hook shot, lefty, no. This feels like a big sequence here. Matt Monroe's squad trying to pull away. 3 balls off the mark from Pulte. Miller down the other end. Marquette trying to scratch, claw, hang their way around. Miller rises, fires, it's short. And here come the Wolfpack the other way. It's a 2-on-3. They are the 2. And Chris Chitterow draws a foul on the way in. He was taking it himself the whole way.
Got to give credit to where it's due with Chicago St. Ignatius' defense in the second half. I mean, they're communicating down there. They're able to stay on their guys, being able to switch whenever. That's what you like from a coach out of that scenario.
Absolutely. I mean, you look up and down for them as Chitterow misses the first free throw. Something this team's actually really good at converting in those scenarios. You know, you see a team that's 20-4, you might expect, oh, they're scoring 80 a game, like a Wisconsin Lutheran, right? They're a team that holds their opponents to 50 a game. They play the style you're watching right now of, we don't have to score 80 because we're going to let you score maybe half that.
Yeah, these teams from Illinois, I mean, Warren Township only allowed about 50 points per game, too.
Chris Pulte puts 2 more home.
I mean, it's just the Illinois schools, huh? Just being able to preach the defensive game more. Defense wins championships. That's the age-old saying.
That is true. You could shoot the lights out, but if you get in an arms race, it's just as much theirs as it is yours. 12-point lead now. It's the largest of the day for the Wolfpack. What do the Hilltoppers have in store? Miller draws 2 and resets at the top with Gundrum. Schwabe resets the offense. Right to left crossover, spins inside the paint. Looks inside to Ethan Orr, who loses the handle. The Wolfpack in transition. Pulte gets it to fall. 14-point lead, and you can kind of see Coach Casey Kavalewski hovering over that timeout. He pulls the trigger there. It's 44-30 with 12:10 left. We'll step aside for a quick break here on Zaleski Sports.
We're back. With Better Halves, Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
We're back. Welcome back to the border battle at the Prairie School here on Zaleski Sports. St. Ignatius with their largest lead of the game. They're up 14, 44-30. Looking to start this season off. I mean, they've been in the season for a bit, but 21-4. Not a shabby start with about a month to go before the playoffs. Corey Sparks and Elijah Vangchalata here with you. 12 minutes left in this one. Ooh. Miller backing down his defender and draws the blocking foul. A lot of contact.
It's like you almost try to pull the chair out of him right
there.
there.
Yep, backed up on him. I think if he did that maneuver half a second earlier, he would have gotten away with it too.
Then you get the travel call.
Right, you start backpedaling, take 3 steps you weren't expecting to take. Miller's up to 10. And 11. It is 44-32. We'll see what Coach Kovalevsky's squad can do coming out of the break. Spread out attack on both sides. A lot of players in between 5 and 12 points here. And that's par for the course. Bolte looks inside, finds Rossi's foul. That was 21 on 21 violence. Schwabe gets called with that one.
Yeah, you mentioned the 1 season or 1 month left of the season. I mean, in Illinois, I think their playoffs start in February, like late February, but
it's coming up.
Yeah, it's coming fast.
Isn't that crazy? It feels like we just started.
Yeah.
Just in non-conference play, and now you're kind of in that last spell where you get a couple of these showcases, invites, and then it's the final sprint. Yeah. The Wolfpack's last regular season game's on February 20th, so 3 weeks from now, they're in playoff mode.
I believe it's the 26th or 27th that they start the playoffs, regionals down there.
Yeah, and then about a week after that, I think, for Wisconsin, because that's around the last games are like 26, 27, 28. Good rebound by Leo Sanders to keep the possession alive. Ethan Orr rises, fires, and can't get the friendly roll. Orr does a wind sprint towards his own bench and wins the 50-50 battle as Amir Tucker touched the basketball last.
Getting close to that exciting point of the year for sure with the playoffs on the horizon. Always full of surprises. I still call it myself March Madness even for high school playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, a couple years ago we had a couple buzzer beaters, big play moments made for March.
And you get the early upsets, too, where I don't know what seed Marquette's going to be, but if someone looks down and sees at the end of the year they're 12 and 13 per se, right? They were 12 and 14 last year, including the playoffs. Maybe they don't get to host a game, but that doesn't mean they're not going to come out on top of a game. One of those sleeping giants where the record doesn't look great, but then you look and go, oh, this is their 12th opponent with a winning record, and they've played 15 contests. These guys are battle-tested. Bolte rises, fires, in and out again. Offensive rebound and a good cleanup job by Duke Ross.
Duke Ross is having himself a fun night, huh?
He is. Up to 13. Coach Monroe said when he starts getting into a groove, he's one of those lights-out shooters where no one's stopping him. Nobody in practice when you're playing fives. Nobody in a showcase like this. No one. Sanders, 3, left all alone, makes him pay, and cuts the lead back down to 12.
Much needed bucket right there from Marquette, just finding it in rhythm. Just got to be able to pick it up on defense if you're Marquette. They're getting a lot of good looks.
Yeah, this Wolfpack team you're seeing as the acrobatic layup attempt of Nico Harris does not lead to a foul. Ignatius could put up points in a hurry. Miller, dribble, drive, kick out 3, or just short. That was the man to kick it to. Ethan Orr is 40% from that range. Bolte coming down the other end, spins around 2 defenders, off the glass and through. You're starting to see both of the alphas on each of these teams come out and go after each other here. Ross draws the shooting foul. That was Schwabe, excuse me, wrong 21. Feels like a big couple of possessions here. You're down 14, 9:06.
It's definitely a good idea to continue to drive to the paint, get your looks, try to draw fouls. Anything that you can do to try to get back in this game, I'm sure Marquette will love to take advantage of drawing these fouls late.
That's the one thing they can look at, Elijah, is St. Ignatius has 5 fouls to Marquette's 2. They're closer to the bonus by a pretty decent amount, and it's because that's their MO. They're just going to stand and bang inside and force contact and try and be the tougher team.
believe since they do seed scores too in the WIAA, this would probably help Marquette a lot if they win this game.
Oh, this would be a strong
St.
win.
Ignatius, 20 wins.
This would be a strong, strong win. Got a lot of work to do, but down 12. Amir Tucker, top of the key. Goes left hand, spins, looks inside for Nico Harris. What a find from the sophomore guard.
Great awareness to get down to the backdoor cut, too. Just being able to bread and butter it with that easy move.
Those two were in lockstep on that play. Christian Miller, couple of ball fakes up top. His team's down 14. Does Marquette have a heroic run in them? On the back of 3 wins in a row. They just stunned Brookfield East 4 days ago, and this is another heavy hitter. Miller, 3 ball. That would have gone a long way, but it's a rebound by Bolte, and he's drilling downhill with a head full of steam. Bolte. Kick out, a fake 3 from Walker Ross. Amir Tucker using his shiftiness inside. And he stepped on the baseline, or are they saying he pushed his elbow out? Oh, pushed the elbow out. Tried to wrap himself around a defender and kind of extended that hand out a little bit. I was asking Matt Monroe, the head coach for the Wolfpack before this game. All right, you're 20-4. What is there for this team to work on? Because coaches are always trying to fix something. And he actually said the defense has gotten sloppy the last handful of games. They have strong losses. All their losses are against pretty highly ranked teams. But he said sometimes the defensive intensity starts to slip towards the end of the game. This is that time here. Final 7:30. Can they lock in and put away this Marquette team that's hung around and stunned a couple of teams the last week?
This is also the time of the year, too, where you want your defense to be at its peak, kind of like preparation for the playoffs. Yep. That's when you want it to be just sharp as a knife, basically, for like teams you're playing to make a potential deep state run or something like that.
Absolutely. Like if the Wolfpack end up drawing, we'll say a 2 seed or a 3 seed. The first round might not be the toughest opponent. Second round, third round, that's how the bracket goes. The teams only get tougher. And for Marquette, you play their way out right now. You say they're a middle-of-the-road seed. Second round, they could be going up against one of those Wisconsin Lutherans, and this is the caliber of play they got to go up against.
Actually, right now, we actually do at Zaleski Sports, we have a seed score math like simulator thing where they simulate like where your teams would be right now, and Marquette would actually be at a 9 right now.
So right in that middle slot, huh?
And if they were to, I think they would be traveling to Oak Creek in the first round right now if it started.
There we go.
If they're able to pull off that upset there, they would have a date with Wisconsin Lutheran, who's the #1 as a projection right now.
What a collision course there. We were talking about Oak Creek. Strong start this year, kind of came down to earth, and you could compare it somewhat to what Marquette's done. It's just you've got your highs, and you definitely have your lows, too.
They want more highs than their lows at the end of this year, though, that's for sure, just to try to get the rhythm going to the playoffs, especially when you're playing teams like Wisconsin Lutheran and West Dallas Central in that nature.
You want to play your best basketball in February and March, and starting tomorrow, it's already that time.
Oak Creek actually played at this event earlier today, defeating Buffalo Grove.
There you go.
Big win for them out there.
Put one up for the Wisconsin team.
I think Wisconsin still leads the series 3-2 right now.
Okay, so this is a big one.
Yeah, this is a tiebreaker game.
Nice fadeaway jumper there by Chris Bolte, the Yale commit. He's up to 17. Gundrum down low. Miller kicks out. It's man-to-man. They're sticking like glue right now. A Wolfpack trying to ramp up that defensive intensity. Miller's got space from 3 and makes them pay.
They're really hitting some timely threes right now. They needed that one to fall really quick because all the momentum just seemed like it was on Chicago St. Ignatius' side.
It seems like Marquette's aware of the situation now. If there's something out on the perimeter, they take it. There's another way to have a three-point opportunity as Chris Bolte drives downhill and draws the foul. So now St. Ignatius is saying, fine, we'll just do what you guys did like 3 minutes ago.
Whatever you could do, I could do better.
Exactly.
They're 20-4 for a reason still. That's a big statement for them.
Yeah, they are. And even the games they've lost, they've never really been out of a contest. The one you could maybe point to They played up against DePaul College Prep as Bolte can't convert on the three-point opportunity and lost 59-40. It's their largest loss of the year, and it's against the 27th best team in the nation. So not a bad team to fall to. 3-ball, Marquette trying to get hot from distance. Gundrum swings it. Miller thought about a three. Gets inside the free throw line area. Back out to Gundrum. They're catching fire from deep, and it's a 10-point deficit.
Just continue to move the pace forward. They are responding to each of their looks, but I'm sure Chicago St. Ignatius is going to try to get something here to say I could do it better again.
See if they can generate that response they've seemed to have had every possession. 5:40 left, 10-point game. Bolte swings. Tucker inside. Back to Bolte. Head fake from the top of the key. Back to Tucker. Will Walsh checks in, shoots it cold, and can't get it to go. A chance for Marquette to put this down to single digits, and Gundrum does it.
How about Gundrum? He's starting to catch some fire now, and how about that, Corey? We got a single-digit game now.
And Luke Gundrum's got 16. After everything we've seen the last handful of minutes, it's a 7-point contest. Marquette's bench is getting going. You don't have to go that long ago, just about 22, 23 months. They rose the gold ball as Division I state champs. A lot of that experience is still on this court and on that bench. Wolfpack taking their time. Bolte draws a foul on the floor. They wave off the shot.
Marquette's still got a couple more fouls to give, so maybe try to play the press a little bit, try to get a couple steals, fast break opportunities.
Yeah, you could take those risks when you got 4 fouls, right?
Yeah.
It'd be a different story if the script was flipped and they had 7, but that's a good point, Elijah. They got something to play with here. 4:38 left. 7-point lead for the Wolfpack. Tucker shifts inside and kicks back out to Caldwell. Caldwell to Bolte. Bolte, a fight for a jump ball. And guess who's in the thick of that one? It's Luke Gundrum.
The guy who's been hot from three now forcing the turnovers. A three-pointer would go a long way here. If they go to Gundrum here, he's really caught fire in the second half.
Yeah, I feel like that's the guy that the Wolfpack have to have circled at this point. He has been remarkable here in the second half. He's got 8 points in each half. Gundrum driving inside this time. Kicks to his teammate. That is Michael Zarnecki with his first 2 points of the game, and it's 55-50. Just like that. That's what they do. They hang around. There's a turnover. Into transition. It's Gundrum who lays it in and makes it a one-possession game. Timeout, Matt Monroe. 55-52 in the blink of an eye. It's a 3-point ball game now as St. Ignatius is going to talk this one over. We'll step aside real quick on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
All right, we're back.
Welcome back to what has instantly turned into an instant classic nail-biter here on Zaleski Sports. 4 minutes left in another game here. Border battle. It's game 6 of today's festivities at the Prairie School. And after being down 15 points, all of a sudden Marquette's down 3. Amir Tucker circles back out to the far side. Chris Bolte top of the key. 3:45 to play. The Wolfpack got the ball. You've got one team in St. Ignatius that's been around for over 100 years and has so much history as Chris Chitterow makes it a 5-point game. But they're still, despite all that history, looking for their first state title. Matt Monroe's squad, they came close a couple years ago, 3rd place, but that's crazy to think about, right? They've been dominant. They just haven't won it all quite yet.
Got a really great history. Just got to find the right rhythm to get in the playoffs so they can make that run and try to make some history.
Yeah, play the best basketball at the right time. It's about matchups too. Gundrum, heat check, can't get that one to go.
Oh.
Nice save, see if it pays off. Ignatius comes away with the ball in transition. Up 5, Amir Tucker. Acrobatic midair, goes up 7.
Got to respect the effort on that save, though. I mean, trying to sacrifice your body on the line. This is what this time of the year is all about. You got to try to fight for your right to keep playing this game.
Yeah, Michael Zarnecki, the high motor play on that. Good call, Elijah. I mean, it ended up being a 50-50 ball. Gundrum unleashes from 3. Can't get that one to drop. George Hohenwalter comes away with the board. Gundrum, inside feed to Zarnecki. Michael with 4 quick ones, and he had that high motor play. He gets rewarded not even a minute later.
Really love the ball movement right there. Just being able to find it all the way to the basket. Didn't need a 3.
Bolte tries a 3, and he drills it. 8-point lead now for the Wolfpack. They're trying to sprint away one last time.
And that must have been an encouraging huddle because they have caught fire right out of that timeout.
Whatever Matt Monroe said worked. 2:10 to play. Marquette's in urgency mode. Got to fire off shots early and often and hope they're good looks. Miller draws 2, kicks back out. Minisale looks inside for Zarnecki. Kick out 3. Miller, no. Just short on the attempts. Chris Bolte's coming up holding the left side of his face. Seems to be all right. And you're going to see Marquette put that press on, especially with just 5 fouls they can afford. They're going to try and force the steal here. Instead, it's Shitaro losing the basketball. Gundrum sprinted at him full speed and somehow just caught the ball. Nothing else. So they don't even waste a foul there.
And one of the disadvantages to the press is, I mean, a team can get down there fast and have numbers if you're bringing all these guys back, but great awareness to be able to knock that ball away.
And then it's up to the Wolfpack, right? If they beat the press, do they score right away or just try and milk the clock now? Bolte fades, fires, can't get the mid-range jumper to go from 15.
And no shot clock too now, so I mean they could just hold the ball whenever.
And Asali can't get the 3 to go. That's a good point. I wonder if or when that registers, right?
Yeah.
If the Wolfpack are thinking that way or if they're just used to playing with that 35-second timer going. Fake from the outside. Harris drives in, draws the blocking foul. He tripped over Zarnecki.
There was actually a game on Zaleski Sports last night where the Appleton North played Kaukauna, and Appleton North held the ball for about the last 2 minutes of that game.
Really?
Or the half,
first
I should say.
Right?
First half,
I think I saw that, yep.
And then they were just holding it around until the end of the first half. They hit a 3-pointer with about 5 seconds left, but they used the full 2-minute timer to get the one shot off.
2-minute drill. Zarnecki inside, huge 2 with 1:07 to play. We'll see if St. Ignatius uses lack of a shot clock to their advantage or if they hunt for another score and try and put away this Hilltoppers team. 50 seconds left. This is where you flip the tables on Marquette. They've still got a foul to give.
Yep. Try to get a steal or try to force it here. There it is.
So there's that 7th foul. And so that sends Bolte to the line. 44.4 to play. His team is up 6. And Chris has 22. Make it 23. 16 in the second half. He's jolted awake here the last handful of minutes when his team needed him most.
Just going to do a quick mic check. All good on the headset.
Awesome. And Bolte drills both free throws. He's up to 24. Gundrum, 3-ball. They needed it, but cannot get the triple. They're down 8. Ignatius crosses the timeline. Harris drives in. And with less than 25 seconds left, the Wolfpack are in a great spot. George Hohenwalter reaches in. Going to try and stretch this ball game out a little longer. If you can chip away, get a missed free throw, go down, drill a 3, and start to shave at that lead. It's a 1-and-1. That first free throw is off the mark, but a huge offensive rebound from Bolte. 15 seconds left. Chitterow kicks out. 10 seconds, 10.9 to be exact, and Mr. Ross is fouled again. In just a few moments, as Duke Ross drills that first free throw, we'll jump down and talk with Matt Monroe, and the player of the game for the Wolfpack is going to be Chris Bolte. I think he's earned it. He's up to 24, 17 in the second half. We'll dive into what he was able to do to really come alive while this Marquette team was storming back. And a great effort it was. It's going to come up just short, although a 3 from Christian Miller shaves the lead down to 7. But it's the Wolfpack improving to a dominant, inevitable 21-4. 66-59 is the final. We will step aside for a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk with head coach Matt Monroe and the player of the game, Chris Bolte, following the victory.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy.
Welcome back here on Zaleski Sports. Corey Sparks here alongside St. Ignatius head coach Matt Monroe. 66-59 victory. Wasn't easy at the end there. Marquette kind of scrapped back, but what was the difference for your group today?
You know, we certainly scored the ball well, scoring 66 points. We guarded well in spurts, but we did not play a consistent game. And hats off to Marquette. They never gave up. They kept battling, and they kept inching their way closer and closer as it went on. And we just didn't make the consistent plays to put them away earlier.
I know it's game by game, but the playoffs are about 3 weeks away for you guys, 3-4-ish. How does an experience like today help you guys out for the long run?
This is great. We love coming up here. It's a great school, an awesome event. We've been trying to play in it for years, and we're super excited that we're able to do it. You know, in preparing for the playoffs, we like to see a bunch of different styles of play, a bunch of different teams, some that we're familiar with and a lot that we're not, because by the time we get to the playoffs, all those experiences are going to help us be as prepared as possible.
I'm about to talk to your star D1 recruit, and Chris Bolte, 24 today, 17 in the second half. When you see him take over a game like that, what kind of feelings and emotions are you going through?
Well, number one, every time I watch him play, I'm very proud of him. Yeah. He is a competitor, and he's a leader, and he never, ever takes plays off. And, you know, to be honest, Yale, Division I basketball, you know, it's awesome. but it's not an accident. It's nothing that was given to him. He earned every single part of it, and every time he's out there, I trust that he's going to will us to victory.
Coach Monroe, thanks so much for the time. Best of luck the rest of the way, man. Awesome. We're going to get Chris Bolte in here. Chris, awesome game. Congrats to you.
Thank you.
24 points for you, 17 in the second half. Was just talking to your coach about this. Marquette kind of storms back. They turn a 15-point lead into 10, into 7, into 5. What conversations are you guys having to kind of pull away at the end there?
To pull away is getting back to what we know best. Like, the reason they came back was we weren't running efficient enough offense. We weren't moving the ball as much, and we weren't getting deep into possessions so as we did at the start of the second half. So to pull away, just getting back to that originality in our offense.
You led the team today, but there's 4 different players on your squad that average at least 10 points a game. Yeah. How much trust do you have in the remainder of your teammates to go and make a play if you're doubled or tripled like you were at the end there?
I've got all the trust in the world. I love these guys. I work with them every day, every morning too. So I have supreme trust in all the guys around me. So that's how it goes.
Awesome. Congratulations. We're going to have you do one more thing. If you can look up at the camera and say say your full name and I'm in the house. Okay. So I'm Chris Bolte and I'm in the house.
Got it.
Awesome. Got camera right up there.
Oh, okay. Yep. Camera right there. I'm Chris Bolte and I'm in the house.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. Congrats. 66-59. That is your final. It is the border battle, and Illinois evens the score today at 3 apiece with the Wisconsin teams. Thank you so much for joining us here on Zaleski Sports. Corey Sparks here signing off. Matt Peck, huge shout out to him for helping us out on the production side today, and Elijah Vangshalata as well. Have a wonderful night, everybody.